Thank you so much. That was beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. One more time, please. Put your hands together for the panel, guys. Please, one more time. That is very insightful. That was very beautiful. You know what, guys? NBS is something that not many people are aware of how important it is. Because as an entrepreneur, you go through a lot of stuff. And now when we have something or someone that says, look, all those things that you have to go through, you don't really have to go through them alone. You have NBS, Nurses Business Solutions, and we're going to make sure that everything is catered for you. I mean, everybody needs that. You know, everybody needs that, but it's not many people that initiate themselves to do that. So please put your hands together for NBS. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please. I've realized that there's something that we don't talk about right now. This is the second Global Nurse Rise Summit. If you're gonna go on social media and post your pictures, please don't forget to hashtag second Global Nurse Rise Summit, right? Please do that. And we're gonna continue with the program, trying to make sure that we move as quick as we can. Can I please have Cynthia back on the stage? Please put your hands together for Cynthia, ladies and gentlemen. That was beautiful there.
Program Director, our host for the day, Abud Diamond and Osmo, esteemed colleagues from the Department of Health and the South African Nursing Council, colleagues, fellow nurses, friends, mom and dad. Guys, what a flex to share a stage with your parents. I'm truly blessed. Good afternoon, everyone. By introduction, my name is Sentle Morere, Ketse Thalayaba Taung. I was asked to speak about my journey from the bedside to the boardroom. Now, by way of introduction, you would have seen my bio, so I'm not going to go through my entire journey, but I would just take you through very significant snippets that are significant for me in my life. In order for me to give you a little bit of who I am, it started with that handsome young man and handsome young lady down there. My mother chose the right guy to be my father. Thank you, Mom. That's why you see I'm beautiful, because he's that handsome guy. So it all started with those two people, and that little girl there up in the far corner on the dusty streets in Uppington, who had a dream in her head, and she saw her mother wearing maroon epaulets and helping people, and she wanted to do something, and she wanted to earn those maroon epaulets. And it went from that journey up to where I am able to stand in boardrooms and make a difference and influence policy. That journey hasn't been without challenges. So I think my first introduction to nursing started in 1991 when I was an 11-year-old, and my mother packed us up. We went to look after my grandfather. That is where the bug bit me, and I decided, okay, this is maybe something I need to do. However, as you grow up, things happen in your life, and you kind of think, oof, yes, is nursing really the right thing for me? Because for me, my mother wasn't at home every afternoon when we got home. Other kids' parents were there. They made them wort and pap and so forth when they came back from school, but my mom wasn't there. And there were always people in our house who came in, and Mom helped them with something, some other wound, or the depot came from the clinic, whatever. You know, so there were always people in my vicinity, and we were one of the few families with a car, so my dad had to play ambulance as well, because injured people and sick people would come to my house. And something that I think a lot of nurses do subconsciously, you discourage your children to also follow the nursing path. So I actually started studying industrial psychology in my first year. Biggest mistake of my life, but the biggest lesson I've learned. I was bored to death, so I decided to study nursing. So my nursing career then started in the year 2000 when I started my degree. My foundations were at the Rao, Helen Joseph, and the then Coronation Hospital. That's where I learned how to become a nurse, and my passion grew more and more. And then in the year 2004, the 2nd of January, I walked into Mediclinic Uppington for the first time. Now, as my father said, we're from the Northern Cape, so Uppington is my hometown. So I started nursing there in the ICU. But unfortunately, I felt inadequate to look after a high care and ICU patient, because in your training, you only get like a week of exposure to ICU maybe. So I felt inadequate, and I felt incompetent to a certain extent. So I went and specialized in critical care, and I worked for Mediclinic until the year 2016. Various positions, various hospitals. If you read my bio, you would realize that I'm a person who gets bored very easily. So I move literally every second, third year. I change to a different hospital. I go to different positions. But I've been so blessed that I was introduced in the year 2007. I was 27 years old at the time, to a lady called Nancy Tsele at the Donald Gordon Medical Center. And she saw something in me, and that's when my journey in leadership and management started, and I started off in quality and risk. And, you know, making the transition from the bedside to now going into a boardroom and having to speak to your colleagues and giving instructions to your colleagues is challenging. I mean, one of my colleagues was someone who studied with my mother at Barra at the time. So you see, that age gap also, and people look at you, you're like, this child is too young to be able to tell me what to do. But it takes resilience to be able to stand up in a boardroom and influence change and influence policy. And then, so in Uppington, right, because it's my hometown, I wanted to effect change. I wanted to contribute to my community. I wanted to do something that would be memorable one day when I'm old. So my idea was, and my dream was, to be the hospital manager of Mediclinic Uppington one day when I'm 55. So I'm a very analytical person. I'm a very strategic in what I do, and I'm specific. So my plan was, at 55, that's going to be my retirement job, and I'm going to go home, and I'm going to give something back to my people. As God wanted it, that dream happened when I was 33. So that's 20 years too early for me, right? So I went there, and I remember the day that I went for my interview. It was 6 o'clock. It was my 4th interview for this job. It was 6 o'clock on a Monday afternoon. And I remember that my parents, my grandparents, some of my family were at my late grandmother's house, and they were interceding for me when I was going into this interview. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. My grandmother, today is the month that she passed. So that's my Mediclinic career. So as a 33-year-old, right, you're young, you're inexperienced, now you have to sit in boardrooms with the big boys, and you need to learn certain things, right? And I had somebody in Mediclinic who was my mentor, Carl Bierman, and he was the person who helped me on my journey as I was growing into a hospital manager. But then I became bored, as only I can. And I decided to leave Mediclinic and to step out, because I wanted to know what was life like outside of my comfort zone, because Mediclinic was my comfort zone. I had been there for 12 years. So then I decided, okay, let's join Netcare. So I left hospital management, and then I went back to nursing, which is my first love. I went into nursing management, got bored at Netcare, and I got headhunted, and then somebody said, well, we need a nurse manager to go and commission a hospital in Bloemfontein. Now, I had never commissioned a hospital, but I thought, okay, let's take this opportunity, let's grab it, let's see what happens. You know, if we fail, we fail, it's fine. And that's the mindset that you need to have if you want to move from a bedside to a boardroom and you want to influence change. Do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to make a mistake. The CEO of Life Healthcare always says, it is okay for us to make a mistake, as long as we learn from our mistake. So we need to make sure that whatever we do, if we fail, learn from it, move on, dust yourself off, and let's go on. So then I commissioned SUMMIT in 2018. And then I got another commissioning opportunity in 2003. Like Maureen said, I commissioned the Johannesburg Surgical Hospital down in Beyers-Naudé. And that was a fantastic opportunity for me. I first was the nurse manager, and then I became the hospital manager. And it was a learning opportunity because, Busamed was half established by the time we started commissioning Brown Fisher, so there were already other hospitals. So it was different from a greenfield like Joburg Surgical. Joburg Surgical, we literally started from scratch. The uniforms the guys are wearing are designed. The policies we're following, I wrote those policies with the team. So it is one of those experiences that I am eternally grateful for that I could. And I'm hoping to commission my third greenfield in the next 2 years of time. I then joined the team at Life Healthcare as a hospital manager, where I currently am. So that is basically, in a nutshell, my career journey. Now, what does it take to move from the bedside to the boardroom? Remember, the journey to the boardroom starts at the bedside. There's nowhere else. Being at the bedside allowed me and enabled me to be able to stand up in the boardroom. It takes dedication, a lot of sacrifices, lots of hard work. You need to have integrity, respect for yourself, respect for others, communication and collaboration. Without my team, I am absolutely nothing when I walk into that boardroom. Education, I think everybody has spoken about continuous learning. You can never remain stagnant because nursing is a dynamic career. It's a dynamic field of study and science. So you need to make sure that you always keep up with what's happening. Quality of practice. Ethics, we spoke about ethics. We need to get ethical CPD points. Critical to have ethics when you walk in a boardroom. Professionalism, leadership qualities. You need to be analytic and you need to be able to have critical thinking skills in decision making, because the decision that you make in a boardroom affect not just yourself, but it affects other people's lives as well. So you need to utilize your resources that you have available to you, and never ever lose your compassion. Like we said, never lose your why. Why are you doing it? And then I think the last thing for me is to be adaptable. The environment that we're in a boardroom situation, changes dramatically, very quickly. So you need to be able to adapt. So I asked myself the question, what do I think an aspiring nurse manager should do or nurse leader must do? Things that are practical, that would enable you to move from the boardroom from the bedside to the boardroom, is to seek out a mentor. I had a mentor when I was at Vis Donald Gordon. I had a mentor when I was at Mediclinic, Mrs. Zili. I had Carl Bierman and Alex Daniel as hospital managers who mentored me. And also, be a mentor yourself. Wherever you are placed, whether you're an RN, an EN, or an ENA, doesn't matter. There's somebody that you can mentor. When I trained, I think one of the advice that my mother gave me was, don't think you're going to learn from an RN, you're going to learn from the EN and the ENAs, and those people are the ones who taught me. So you can be a mentor wherever you are. So seek out a mentor and be a mentor to somebody. Discuss your career aspirations and your goals. Run it by somebody. It could always just help to have a second head. 2 heads are better than one. So talk to someone and say, you know what, I'm thinking of doing this. Volunteer at a committee. Here, we've got a platform where you can volunteer to influence young people and try and assist and be a nurse leader. Take educational courses. I think we cannot overemphasize the importance of educating yourself and being knowledgeable about whatever your topic or your area of interest is. Stay current with the latest trends. Health trends in our industry are critical. And know the industry that you are in or that you want to break into. If you are currently in an acute setting, but you actually want to move into occupational health, be knowledgeable about it. Find out what's happening in that industry. Get involved in policy making where you are. Remember, you don't just need to be in a boardroom able to influence change. I think Sister Maureen from the DOH said, If you notice something in your department, go and tell the policymakers that I saw something that needs to be attended to. So influence the decision making whilst you are in whichever position that you are. Be assertive and be confident in yourself and in your own abilities. The characteristics of a good healthcare leader, in my view, a good nurse leader, good healthcare leader, in my view, is somebody who makes a difference in the workplace, somebody who influences the culture that you have in your workplace. If you are in a toxic work culture, or you create or you promote a toxic work culture, you cannot call yourself a good healthcare leader. The environment should be an environment that is conducive to everybody to be in and to work in that environment. You must drive positive change in healthcare, legislation, and policy making. Boost the morale of your team. I think Dr. Dockert said it. A thank you goes a long way. If people feel valued, they will go the extra mile in whatever you ask them to do. Promote a psychologically safe workplace, which then obviously leads to higher job satisfaction, staff retention, and people will be happy and they'll feel happy to be in the environment that they're in. Influential leaders in nursing or in healthcare ensure that the vision of the organization is communicated clearly and accurately so that the nurse on the floor, like Ma'am said, when they come and do inspections, they don't go to the nurse manager or to the unit manager. They want the nurse on the floor, that person understands what is the workplace culture, what does the policy say. So that is something very practical to do. And then lead by example. Advocate for our profession. As we've said, nursing is a vast field of opportunities and people can do so much with nursing, but we need to advocate for that. People need to know what they can do. Establish good clinical guidelines. Be passionate and be respectful and always lead with integrity. Word of advice to all my young aspiring leaders. There's going to be lots of nurse managers and hospital managers and nursepreneurs coming out of this meeting. Word of advice to you, be unapologetically true to yourself. My mother always says, I'm too comfortable in my own skin, and I am comfortable in my own skin because I know myself. Do the work and know who you are. Be comfortable in your skin. Have good self-knowledge of who you are as a person, what makes you tick, what are the issues that you need to work on, what are your strengths and weaknesses, know those. Be knowledgeable about your subject matter that you're passionate about. If you want to do linen savers like Mo, she needs to know, she needs to research what linen savers do, how do you manufacture them, and so forth. So be knowledgeable and be willing to walk alone when necessary. Being a leader, being a hospital manager is a lonely journey. There are times when you cannot and you do not have somebody to talk to. So you must be, in those moments, you must be willing to walk and able to walk on your own. Be compassionate. Never compromise your integrity. And in my mother's words, be a sponge and absorb as much information as you possibly can. Lastly, follow your dreams no matter what. And in the words of Winnie the Pooh, don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind, but be led by the dreams in your heart. If anybody wants to connect with me, I've put on my email address, and if you want a copy of my presentation, you are most welcome to send me an email, and I will share it with you, or if you just want to talk to me about something, please feel free to do so. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. The way you guys are paying attention, you can see that this place is full of bosses, eh? Without wasting any further time, please, Sister Ntombi, you can come to the stage. Put your hands together for Sister Ntombi, please, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not going to greet you again, but can all of us say Nurse Business Solution? Did you hear the sound of the ATM? Did you hear the sound of a check? That's the same sound the lawyers are coming for you. The same speed you take the stock from the stock cupboard is the same speed you must charge. Take that as a note from me. If you do correct things, you will gain favor. If you do wrong things, you will gain the same favor. I've tried to put a very short something that we can share as a nurse-preneur, as a nurse entrepreneur, as a nurse in business. I'm not going to introduce myself. It will be much of a time waster. I'm a professional nurse. I'm a wound care specialist. The director and the founder of E&M Healthcare, Wound Care Clinics, and Naledi Montle Empowerment Foundation, Elegance Aesthetics, as well as Elegance Aesthetic Products. Unfortunately for you, the previous week, my business has grown as my products were taken for SABS testing. My topic is very simple. It's something that I like: elevating excellence, integrating wound care, wellness, and practice consistency for holistic impact. I'm a private nurse practitioner in wound care specialty, but I'm also a certified product formulator. I'm also an aesthetician. I do aesthetics. Do you know what is aesthetics, ne? But you can see, ne? The reason that we are bringing this to light is to say not all of us wants baby clinic. Not all of us wants to be primary health care sisters. Not all of us want to be wound care specialists. But what is your why and what? Bridging the gap in the communities about wound care, wellness, and aesthetic services. I put up skin glow drips, guys. And I went to Sister Morini. Sister Morini said we must put medical IV drips. Did you hear in the morning? James is going to pay you. I get paid. But there is aesthetic services as well. Wellness drips. Guys, we are exhausted. We are tired. We want to glow. But you as a nurse who is legally permitted, trained by your nursing college, permitted and regulated by SUNC, is able to offer that service. You just have to follow the correct route. If I get one of the summit nurses that are here, affiliated with a salon, hair salon, where you go and put up a drip there as an employee, I'm going to practice wrestling with you. It's one of the shortcomings that we do. Instead of you understand, ne? Instead of you employing them, you give them your legacy. Guys, I'm doing aesthetics, so I do mentorships. These are the things that come through to my phone. Sister, can you train me how to put up an IV drip? And I ask, what is a brachial vein? And they know soft and free. Are they wrong? No. Actually, I like that mentality. They saw the gap in the market, and the market in the gap. You are giving away your legacy. Think about that. Provision of aesthetic services and wellness in the same clinical setting, which is safe. What is a shock pack? You know what is a shock pack. You know what is anaphylactic reaction. Can a nail tech say anaphylactic? You guys are cruel. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to run through. But I'm trying to show you the loopholes and the shortcomings that we do. Client's perspective regarding aesthetic challenges post-wound care treatment. Who wants a scar? And that's your business. That's a gap in the market. What do you do with that scar management post-wound care treatment? It is another business opportunity. Is it an aesthetic need? All of us want to be complimented. All of us want to feel beautiful. How do I feel beautiful if I've got a big laceration on my forehead? That's where you come in with aesthetic services. How do you bridge the gap? How do you bridge the gap between the clients and the market for you to be the service provider of aesthetic services? legally done in a setting and environment that is safe, infection control measures, anything that has to do with safe practices, best care principles, how to maximize holistic impact for optimal results. You are not going to nurse a hole in the patient, but you're going to nurse the patient holistically. If I'm malnourished, do you expect my wound to heal? Psychologically, if I'm not okay, I'm staying alone at home, will I heal? We need a holistic approach so that we optimize the impact for optimal results. There is a gap in the market, but there's also a market in the gap. What is that? That is for me and you to recognize business opportunities. I'm a wound care specialist. I'm a female. Let me be nasty. I'm a black female in breasts, in rural areas. Not even one black female, white, Indian, anything in a skirt has ever approached me, especially nurses, to say, sister, who does waste management? Why don't we have females who can approach us and say, who collects your female? Who collects your waste management? Because I'm a medical waste generator, which is a gap in the market and a market in the gap. A male approached me. I have a need for their services. They are registered. They are licensed. I gave the business away. You have to identify the business, the market in the gap, and occupy the space. Get trained, get licensed, and do it. Recognition of emerging market and business opportunities within the existing market. How many of you got cons? You're running away with my money. Already, that's your emerging market. Nurses got fatigue. Your client is just sitting next to you, and you're running away, and you say, but I want to start my own business. Who provides us with stationery? Why? Why not? Do I really have to call somebody and say, can I order business cards? Why can't you say, Sister Ntombi, this is my name, I'm Meralda. I can provide you with business cards for 10 rands. That's an existing market. See the opportunities that can be there. Provision of maximum services or extended services and growth and revenue generation into diversified multiple streams of income. The Garden of Eden had 7 streams to make it the Garden of Eden. How many streams of income do you have besides matoch? In January, nurses are already planning for December holidays. 24, 25, 26. I'm going to make money. We are planning for December. Is it fair? Dis doe jy liggaam. Ons gee vir ons, die Here gee vir ons net een keer. I'm sorry if you missed your Afrikaans lecture. You are a South African. This mechanism, day by day, is losing its efficacy. Are you going to be the same stronghold that can stand for 12 hours if you don't diversify? That's why nurses are scorned. If a student asks you about a disease that you don't know the answer, you tell him or her, how dangerous is that disease? That illness is going to kill you. You just can't say, can I come back to you? Can I go and refer? Can I ask my mentor? All of us need destiny helpers. Find your destiny helpers. Find a mentor. The last word. What is aesthetic services? Is it a makeup? Is it my lipstick? Is it an eyeshadow? It's changing how I perceive my aesthetics, looks, and feeling. By removing somebody's scar, you're going to change how they feel about themselves. but you're also going to earn an income. Confidence and a reintegration of the patient back into the community. Post-amputation, guys, post a colostomy back insertion, there are a lot of issues going on in their mind. Aesthetically, I feel different. I've just done a double mastectomy. What? I'm a female. I identify myself with aesthetic looks. That's where you come in as an aesthetician. We provide them with aesthetics bras from an orthotist. That is the power of collaboration. The last word. Ability is what you are capable of doing. That's what we teach you to do. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how well you execute it. Discipline is worth more than motivation. Believe me, I'm getting paid on the 35th, and my motivation on the 20th is down. What's left is discipline to go to work. There will become clients that are ungrateful. It's normal. The motivation will be down. After doing your best, then you get a complaint. What's left is your discipline to rise up to the challenge and go back again to the podium and smile. And to the same patient and say, how are you feeling? Knowing exactly that glimlach is nog nooit nie daar nie. Collaboration over competition, over motivation. You are not an octopus. Woman, please. You are not an octopus. You are just a normal human being. Collaborate with other stakeholders if you want to be successful. There are nurse practitioners, there are nurse educators, there are orthotists, there are surgeons in the ambience. There are people who are financially trained. Occupy that position with them. You don't have to be great to start, but you need to start to be great. It's either you run the day or the day runs you. Last word. It decided to switch off. I'm not going away. On the 28th of November, we are hosting an aesthetic masterclass. Please visit my stall so that you can get full information. Because it is my birth month, we've challenged the price. It is a sponsored class. I cannot divulge who is the sponsor. From 8.5, the class is 3.5. To upskill nurses to say, you don't have to be an accredited nail tech to make money. We need to learn from that. People are making money sitting on the streets applying makeup, and you are saying, I'm not accredited. Really? I'm working on accreditation only for the nurses. On the 29th of November, it is my birthday. I have cancelled my birthday trip to Bali for one reason. For a nurse again. For Nessie. We have invited SIDA, SEVDA, SITA, APSA, you name them, women in logistics, women in mining. Guys, you cannot serve an egg. Is it too hard for you to carry an egg? Who washes the linen in the hospital? We've called those women to come and share the information with us, to say NBS has opened our eyes. There is life beyond nursing. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once again for Sister Ntombi. She's a powerhouse, by the way, guys. And if you want to check out more of what she has to say, we had a nice, lengthy podcast with her, a masterclass. So she has a lot to say. Please go there, check it out. For now, we're going to have Sister Maureen coming on the stage. Put your hands together again for the boss lady, please.
I wish we had 2 days. I think this deserves to actually be a conference for 2 days. There's a lot, and then that means next year, guys, we're doing it 2 days. When we plan from our side as well, we'll plan towards that, right? Guys, this is a global, guys. This is a global Nest Rise Summit, and I was just informed that there's another Sister Maureen in Botswana who is here now. I forgot her name. Please forgive me, my baby, where you are. Can you please come quickly here, introduce to us what you are doing in Botswana? Can I have my wound deck support on the screen, please? Guys, what Sister Ntombi or everyone on the stage was saying is true. As you are here to want to put your one leg into entrepreneurship, you have to be ready, guys. It's not easy. But if we've got entities, you can come, my sweetheart, like NBS, where we have identified and we have spotted that it's not easy in that manner, and we are there to help you, to actually make you not lose weight, lose hope. Oh, guys, it's because I've been losing weight for the 100th time, and I'm losing, and I'm not losing. So it's always in my mind. I thought Sister Ntimbu was going to talk about Monjaro. Yeah. So please, guys, do not lose hope. You have to be ready. Get yourself. It's going to take time. It's not going to be... what is that situation where you are running to rescue you because you want quick cash? It will take for time, but we will help you, we will tool you. That's why we are partnered with the companies like Sister Ntombi. They've got trainings. And guys, we also understand and we love our retired but not tired, because you guys can still do it. The skill is there. You have walked in those hospital passages for more than, I can feel there's a retired and not tired somewhere. So a quick one, I'll give a mic now. We believe in practical, we are nurses. A lot of us, we are technologically challenged. Guys, let's be honest. We work on the floor and we are hard workers. But we don't have time to sit in front of the computer and start now doing payroll. So we want to just work, you understand? So that's why MBS is coming up with a project where if you want to spend the whole day with our partnered, well-established clinic like Sister Lulama, she's here. Sister Lulama, can we see you? Yeah. Everyone wanted to be on the program. She also wanted to talk, but we can't. That's why next year, 2 days. So we have our partnered, well-established clinics where they are willing to have you the whole day to do things practically with you. Remember, guys, we believe in doing practical. And putting in that drip, building yourself confident. And guys, knowing which medication do you... Guys, it's not just a run-to procedure where you will buy your medication and fill up your cupboard and the next thing there's no patient. There's also marketing. And guys, marketing in the healthcare space, and I'm going to repeat this. Those who have seen my podcast, nurses who are unit manager or hospital manager, CEOs, please allow us to come to you. Open your doors for us. We want, guys, whoever is here today, Sister Matron Sinclair here has communicated. She's a hospital manager. I don't think she will ask you if she sees you walking through the passage and asking for patient. We have to be broad. And guys, it starts in the hospital. While you are doing your bedside, build a relationship with your doctors. And now that you've got a little bit of clue of what you can provide as a service, start there. We are going to be on the billboards. We are going to talk about this. We are going to make money, nurses. Okay, I get it, guys. So, just a quick one, because before I introduce, we are launching today We launched, oh, that looks very interesting. It's from Nancy. Guys, if you check on the screen quickly, it's called Wound Support Desk. It's a new third company of Sister Maureen. And that's where I'm going to tell you about the power of social media marketing. Guys, South African Nursing Council but TikTok. And guys, where do we do our marketing? Guys, where do we do our marketing? We do it right. We don't put epaulets behind us, the patient in the ward, and we start doing it. We don't do that. You do it in the right manner. Because even the hospital, they market themselves. This channel, this platform is going to go on social media. Guys, we have to do it right. And I've got 2 testimonies that I'm going to quickly go through. I want to call up a lady called Naledi. She is my patient. She is quickly going to come here and talk to you about 5 minutes, because that's where I'm going to talk to you about the power of social media. I have saved her from amputation because she got me from Johannesburg Surgical Facebook and she reached out. And she is the one who actually motivated and inspired me to open this company. Because now today I'm officializing the social media marketing through this company. That patient that is sitting at the far end, that they can reach to us, they're going to call us and we are going to help them. All right. So now, lady, please come forth.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Grace Shato Khabasi from Botswana, Gaborone. I'm from a company called Ndapo Health. It's a private nursing company. We do wound care services, home care, and corporate health. We do medical exams for insurance companies. So thank you so much for having me here today. As the speakers have already said, the power of collaboration, the power of working together, the power, I believe we will create a stronger voice if we work together cross-country and bring services to our people. We are nurses every day in what we do. We are not only nursing the patients, we are also nursing each other. And I'm happy that I've been nursed by so many people from here. I am so happy to be here today because people like Sister Lizelle have mentored me and have grown me so much. And I believe I still have so much to learn from all of you. And I believe you also have so much to learn from my beautiful, peaceful country. And you're most welcome to visit us anytime and learn from us and allow us to learn from you. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much.
You can come give me a hug.
Thank you so much.
So guys, who's saying now we are not partnering with her? She saw us where? Social media. I don't know her. So she saw this on social media and she bought a ticket. And I think go Botswana ki dipula. I said the rand. But she made it possible to be here today with us. The power of social media. All right, guys, that's where we are going to get our patient. I just want to give this mic to Naledi. Just brief 5 minutes, quickly tell them what happened with you. Do you see how beautiful she is? Please, please, I don't know, with the photo that I'm going to show you on the screen. All right? And then you will tell me who really feel as well.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me, I'm a little nervous. I don't normally speak. Okay, my name is Naledi. I am a patient of Sister Maureen. I'm from Vryburg in the Northwest. So today I'm here to talk about my journey that led me to meet Sister Maureen. So it all started in 2022 when I had a problem with my knee. It was very swollen and very painful. So I decided to go consult because I couldn't go to work. And my doctor said that we need to admit you because this is very serious. They did an X-ray and it showed that I had fluids in my knee. So they had to do an operation. They did that. I was transferred to Kimberley, where they did the operation. But after that, things only got worse. Same leg, left leg, I started having some sort of blisters. So I thought if I could just pop it and the watery blister will just be okay, but no. The blisters become a small wound. And then being an African child, you think, you know what, let me try some remedies. You'll find someone telling you, use this and that. But that didn't work. In fact, the wound started to get bigger and deeper. I have tried absolute everything, over the counter, everything, but nothing worked. In fact, the wound started to multiply in the leg, and they were very painful, very septic. And as I was losing hope, one day I was sitting at home in pain, browsing through Facebook, and then I saw a post from the Johannesburg Surgical Hospital. They were sharing a story about Sister Maureen. They were sharing a story of how she's helping with wound care and how she has an excellent team working with her. So as I was reading the post, I was like, no, man, this is my problem. This is what I have. So I took a screenshot and took the conversation to WhatsApp. And I contacted Sister Maureen, told her about my story, and she asked me to send some pictures. And I did that. When she saw the pictures, she told me, you need to come see me immediately. By that time, I was like, coming to Joburg, that's gonna cost me a lot of money. I was thinking, wow. Because she already told me she doesn't get paid by medical aid. So I was relying on my medical aid to pay the bill, but I was like, okay, maybe I need to save up a little bit and then come to Sister Maureen. But being a breadwinner at home and saving, those things don't go well together. So as I was trying to save, none of that was happening. But one day, the wound started to go over my right arm. So I thought, you know what, this is getting much, much worse. I packed my bags and I came to Johannesburg. I called Sister Maureen. I remember it was on a Sunday, and I told her I've arrived. And she told me, come see me tomorrow. And I did that. Monday morning, I went to Johannesburg Surgical Hospital to see Sister Maureen. And when I got there, I saw a lovely lady with a team. I met Osintabiseng, I don't know if she's here today. And I met Dineo. They all welcomed me with open arms. Sister Maureen examined my wound and said that, you know what, you need to be admitted immediately. And with that came a lot of paperwork. There was a lot of administration things that going on, and there were what called co-payment thrown around, where you need to pay a certain amount to be admitted, which I didn't have. But luckily for Sister Maureen, she fought tooth and nail for me to be admitted. And it was in May when our journey started, when I was admitted with the team at the JSH. I was admitted and my wounds were treated by Sister Maureen and Sister Ntabiseng and Sister Norma. I got discharged and still went outpatient treatment twice a week. So today, as I stand here, it's all because of this wonderful woman. And I want to thank her. I want to thank her for everything that she did for me, how she fought for me to be here today. I believe that if I didn't come to you, I wouldn't be standing here today. Even though I didn't know how I was gonna settle my bills, going through all that stress and emotional, all the things that I was going through, you kept helping me with a smile and ensuring me that everything was gonna be okay. Even today, standing here, I cannot thank you enough for what you've done for me. Thank you.
Yeah, so guys, I'm not gonna cry. So, Naledi is one of them. She's not the only one. Let me tell you, she got to a point where she could not pay for her wound. She phoned home and they proposed that they want to give me 2 cows. I'm a farmer, guys. I couldn't take that. She's sitting here and she said I must expose her. She's sitting with a bill of 30,000 that we are continuing to nurse her without any return. If she pays me, it's okay. I want money. She doesn't pay, I have saved her leg. When we say we do it with compassion, we do it with passion. You have to love it. The why you are here. So, guys, Naledi having to be one of the stories that we see on a daily basis, especially in Johannesburg Surgical, because it's a surgical hospital, we see a lot of different wounds there. I decided to come up with the program to now make it formal and official that I will be having an office that takes calls from all over the country. We will hire people whom will take those calls, and we are looking to partner with wound care specialists or wound care practitioners everywhere, because I cannot nurse a patient in Mpumalanga. But we can identify a wound care specialist there, and through the training of Sister Lizelle, we can tool that person and then equip them so that they know what to do. And on that, we are going to form a communication group where we discuss these wounds. Because now I am I'm getting all the compliments. Believe me, it's from doing the best and good assessment. It's not that I healed the wound. She went to the traditional healers. She stayed with the Sangomas in their home. She actually brought some of the things that she was drinking. The hospital couldn't admit her because her medical aid, as she mentioned, she's working and she is a breadwinner. She's with GEMS. They told her she needs to pay a co-payment of 12,000, which I stood up and I went to the case manager to say, you are going to waive this. We'll see how we're doing it. And they indeed, they waived it, and then she went in to be admitted. The antibiotics we started because it's a multidisciplinary effort. She needed to be seen by a vascular surgeon, not me. I will come as a wound care professional to make sure that the wound heals, but there was some underlying issues that needed to be taken care. That's where I reached out to our doctor, Dr. Mohase, who was supposed to be here today. Unfortunately, he is recovering from the fatal car accident. So he cannot be here. He was supposed to be talking after me. Because I said to him, Doctor, you are going to come because Naledi is talking. So unfortunately, he can't be here. So Dr. Mohase took her to the theater for angioplasty. Those who don't know, it's a procedure that unlocks the veins. So more than anything, she had vascular issues. She had vascular deficiency. She didn't have a good blood flow. That's why the wound was not healing. And 5 years of lack of knowledge. So discovery, we are doing it. We're doing awareness. We're doing outreach through this program. We are teaching. Because as I'm saying to her, she is the second one. I'm going to show you the photos now. I'm not going to go there, this will take time. Electronic consult patient. This is registered with CIPC. We do have, we're working on a website. We're going to have consent form and POPI Act online. So we're doing it the right way. Okay, that's me there. Just want to quickly go to... So this is one of the, it's not her. This is one of the patients. This patient is from KZN. Also, she called me, and I don't know where she got my number. She gave me permission to talk about this. She came with that first wound. It's not even first. We had already started with Ilosan. The wound was actually having maggots. And me and my team were not even telling her. We'll just eat the smell, guys. I'm sure Naledi can attest to that because sometimes when she comes for a wound, she would have that patient. We'd used a cream called Ilosan. It's a very simple cream. The manufacturer is in the house. Guys, it will be in your goodie bag. It's a very good cream. We used it only. This one is a diabetic food. I didn't even refer this patient to anyone. So if you check there, a case study description, diabetic foot, saved from amputation, telephonic consult from Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, a female patient presented with a severe diabetic foot infection characterized by foul odor and presence of maggots, extensive necrotic tissue, and a black discoloration. The foot accompanied by marked swelling. The patient reported that her primary doctor, which I'm not going to mention, the hospital, had confirmed that the severity of the infection infection placed her on the amputation list. Upon presentation to our clinic, Ilosan autolytic wound debridement, infection control, and comprehensive diabetic management were initiated. Through the wound care management, we successfully saved this patient and avoid the need for amputation. This patient is in KZN. She came to me through a telephone call, and I said, I can't, send me photos. She sent me photos, and I said, I need to do a proper assessment, and for that, I need you to come. So, that is one patient. Now we go into Naledi. tendon exposed. Female patient from Northwest reached out through the Johannesburg Surgical Facebook page presenting with large infected wound on her left lower limb. The wound was malodorous with exposed tendon and had persisted for 5 years. During that time, she had consulted multiple doctors and the traditional healer. Okay, she had been admitted to several hospitals, been admitted to several hospitals where the condition was misdiagnosed. She was actually misdiagnosed. Upon through assessment at our clinic, we identified the needs for evaluation by vascular surgeon, leading to angioplasty, the surgeon and surgical debridement. Following appropriate management and continuous wound care, the wound responded positively, and within 5 months, the patient achieved complete healing and was discharged home. So guys, to tell you the truth, she's not completely healed. She's still coming as an outpatient. The last photo, that's how the wound is now, from where we come in. So guys, we are doing it, guys. I'm saying this because I want you to take this serious. How many more patients are sitting at home, hopeless, they don't know what to do, and they are sitting with this kind of wound? How many amputation are we having from this? Because of misdiagnosis. Because here, we just wanted a vascular surgeon to actually check if the vascular system is in place for the wound to heal. And that was done with the antibiotic, debridement, and the patient recovered. So I just want to say, and a lady here has actually given birth to wound support desk. So you can see meet our support team. We've got Sister Maureen as the wound support desk founder. Sister Lizelle, eloquent, we've partnered with her for training purposes because we need to know what we are doing. So all the nurses that, wound care practitioners that would love to partner with us, unfortunately, we're gonna have to go through vetting system and support you with training and make sure that we know what you are doing. And we have Sister Ntombi. We are looking for more. Sister Ntombi and Sister Lizelle, they are in Gauteng, guys. This is Northwest. And she kept on saying, Sister Morin, yeah, and she kept on saying, Sister Morin, come and open a clinic in Northwest. You understand? But then I cannot be everywhere. I've got Northwest RNs here. They will open the clinic. Angry guys. So that means, guys, Northwest Halina Lady Clinic. Thank you for coming, though. Yeah. So obviously, we're doing this as a multidisciplinary team effort. We've met our support team. We've got Dr. Machaga. I'm not sure she's in. She's our plastic surgeon. The reason she's there, we also have helped one of a burn patient. And then Dr. Mistry, Dr. Dokrat, that's the beautiful lady that was here, Dr. Mohase, Dr. Leroux, and Dr. Grant. And the lady was for Dr. Mohase. They're going to be partnered with us throughout this beautiful initiative. And we are looking for more partnership. So I think we need companies. This is only on the wound side. We do have issues with colostomy, stomach care. That has not been touched. You know, this is big, guys. So I just want you guys to look into this positively, reach out. Please go and register and join NBS at the desk so we can work together. All right, thank you.
Can I just steal a moment of your time? Can we just kindly stand up? Sister Maureen, may we not wait to give you your flowers when we lay you. May we not be proud to say we bow and respect your heart. May we not be proud to say NBS halala. I went with you to Mawa village. It's not a location, guys, it's a village. Blazing hot in deep rural Zanin. May we not be proud to say, may God grant you some strength to even grow you further and further so that I can do lipolysis on you and ultrasonic cavitation on you from the bottom of my heart, and representing all the nurses that are in here and absent but wished to be here, but because of financial constraints, some of them could not be here. We thank you.
Thank you.